The Golden State Warriors might be listening to trade offers for Jonathan Kuminga, but that doesn't mean anything is close. In fact, it could be weeks or longer before a deal comes together. On the latest episode of The Zach Lowe Show, The Ringer's Zach Lowe gave a revealing update on the 22-year-old situation, suggesting that Golden State's asking price is making teams hesitate. And from what I've heard in the Jonathan Kuminga situation, I'm not sure what you've heard. This might take a while because I think the Warriors want real stuff back, like a decent young player, a first-round pick, Lowe said on the podcast. Kuminga is currently a restricted free agent and has drawn significant interest across the league. According to Anthony Slater of The Athletic, teams including the Wizards, Heat, Bulls, Bucks, and Nets have all shown interest. The Kings, too, are considered a serious contender. Trade math isn't helping the Warriors. It's not just about interest, it's about logistics. Base year compensation rules, salary matching, and a depressed market have all created friction in getting a sign-in trade across the finish line. The team that's getting Kuminga is like, well, because of the base year compensation rules, there's got to be salary kind of flying around the league. If we're dumping money to get Kuminga, like the team we're dumping to might ask us for another pick. And at that point, the price is just a little rich for our blood, Lowe added. That puts the Warriors in a difficult position. They want value back for Kuminga, and understandably so. He's still just 22, a former lottery pick with elite athleticism and two-way upside. But after a rocky 2024-25 season, in which he appeared in only 47 games and struggled with consistency, other teams aren't biting just yet. What's next for Golden State? It's clear Golden State isn't in a rush. They're still evaluating what they want their roster to look like around Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. Whether Kuminga is part of that picture or not remains to be seen. But if the front office is hoping to flip him for immediate value, patience might be the only option. Between the complex sign-and trade logistics, salary matching hurdles, and the Warriors' firm asking price, nothing about this deal is shaping up to be quick or easy. It may take time, multiple teams, and serious negotiation before anything materializes. It has been an underwhelming offseason thus far for the Golden State Warriors, as they have yet to make any moves in free agency. Golden State entered the summer looking to upgrade their roster around their star trio of Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green, but that has not been the case thus far. The only moves the Warriors have made this offseason was during the NBA draft, where they selected Alex Tui and Will Richard in the second round. Of course, the Warriors are still awaiting a decision by restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga, as he could elect to be moved via a sign-and trade. Due to this, Golden State has waited to sign any other players in free agency, as they have missed out on some key names and also saw Kevin Looney depart to the New Orleans Pelicans, further hurting their center position. With their lack of moves this summer, Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz gave them an F free agency grade. So far, the 2025-26 Golden State Warriors project to look remarkably similar to the group that ended the 2024-25 season, Swartz wrote. The Jonathan Kuminga situation is far from settled. The center position is worse, with Looney leaving for the New Orleans Pelicans, and a lot of the best veteran minimum-level guys have already signed elsewhere. If Golden State can sign Al Horford and sign and trade Kuminga for other players/picks, this could still be a good offseason. For now, the Warriors have done nothing to earn anything but a failing grade. Swartz makes a great point about how the Warriors could turn their offseason into a solid one once Kuminga makes his decision, and if they are able to sign some other players in free agency. While that may be the case, Golden State has missed out on some key players they've been linked to thus far, and they are running out of options to upgrade their roster and chase a championship next season. Having not made a single move over the last week, with the Jonathan Kuminga situation still hovering in uncertain fashion, and with only 9 players currently contracted for next season, the Golden State Warriors are arguably the most interesting team remaining in free agency. It means the Warriors are going to be linked to a host of names for their final roster spots, even if they do ultimately land Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, and bring back Kuminga. While there's been no confirmed reports of mutual interest, Golden State continued to be floated as an ideal landing spot for 3x All-Star Ben Simmons, who remains an unrestricted free agent. Ben Simmons continues to propose as a fit for the Warriors. It's evident that the LA Clippers have no interest in bringing the Australian back into the fold, having ended the season with the franchise where he averaged 2.9 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 3.1 assists in 16.4 minutes per game. In fact, aside from the New York Knicks and Toronto Raptors during a brief period last week, there's been no real reports of any team having interest in Simmons. That might have something to do with the fact he reportedly wants more than the minimum according to Law Murray of The Athletic, though that may be a little too optimistic given the lack of money floating around in free agency. In evaluating the best landing spots for the top 25 free agents remaining on Monday, Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report has listed the Warriors as a potential spot for Simmons, suggesting that the 28-year-old could slot in behind Draymond Green as a 6 feet 10 inches ball handler, playmaker, and high-level defender. Simmons has now been constantly linked as a possible target for Golden State this offseason, with Ben Stinar of Sports Illustrated proposing the move in early June, while Warriors insider Monty Poole of NBC Sports Bay Area suggested the same a week before free agency begun. Having a similar version of Green could be somewhat valuable throughout the regular season, such has been the mileage on the 35-year-old's body over a decorated career. Golden State could always do with more size as well, so long as they were to surround Simmons with the requisite shooting given he himself has become essentially a complete non-scoring threat. The issue is that you could almost never get away with playing Green and Simmons together, meaning the latter would almost always see limited minutes when the former is healthy. This would only be more complicated if the Warriors retain Kuminga, potentially making them a less than desirable situation if Simmons really wants to rejuvenate his career.